welcome to the Mini Metric Olympics. I'm Gary Parker, your host. And so there's some supplies here on the table I want you to see. So I've been collecting stuff. I have a ruler here, right, which got centimeters. I also have this longer centimeter measurer there. It's a little bit longer. So that's for the first few events. And then we're going to play around with some water. So I have a sponge or a small cloth, some water, and something that has milliliters on it in order to measure some liquid. And then we need some kind of temperature measurer, and I have my meat thermometer here, which probably isn't going to do a very good job, but we'll see. All right, stop. So the first event in the Metric Olympics is the standing long step. So you need yourself a starting line, get your toes behind the line, and then just take a big long step. And then estimate how far you went from toe to toe. So I'm thinking 105 centimeters. Stop. All right, so now I got to check my estimate of my standing long step. So I drew a line in the rocks there, and I'm just going to have to wing it here. There's going to be a little error. So I've got 30 centimeters, another 30 is 60, another 30 is 90. Uh-oh, I think I'm a bit off. And then 90, 100, 120, I'm going to call it 124 centimeters. I thought it was 105, so my difference is what? 19 off. Oh well, that's not bad. So the next two events are similar to the long step. We're going to estimate distances. So I'm going to do a cotton ball put. Now I didn't have cotton balls, so I have this like pad to when I'm cleaning my makeup off. So I'm just going to kind of turn that into a little ball, either a straw javelin or maybe a Q-tip would work. And then I've got the discus plate throw. That'll do. Okay, so here goes the cotton ball put. So stand behind the line again, because that's our starting place, right? And then you put your cotton ball. And then we estimate that distance. Okay, so from my previous one, that's definitely over 2 meters. I'm gonna go, so a meter is 100 centimeters. What do you think? 263 centimeters. 263 centimeters. Okay. That estimate was, what did I say, 105. Actual was 124. Cotton ball, 263. And let's try this for the measurer. Got my straw javelin, and I'm gonna hurl it. Ooh, nice. Okay, so Morwena's about 1.5 meters away. I think that's pretty similar. So from my starting line, I'm gonna go for 154 centimeters. All right, so I'm checking my estimates now. I had estimated 250, what did I say? No, 263 of the cotton ball over there. And then I thought it was about 154 to the straw over here. And so I've got this tape measure here, which has 152 centimeters on it. So I can use that with a couple of, hold it down, mark it, and test it again. My cat's helping. And then what I have now is my estimates and my actual, and then later I'll take the difference. And it doesn't matter whether you're over or under, just write a positive number for the difference. Okay, thanks. All right, so I'm at the starting line again. This time I have my discus. I have 4 little paper plates I taped together. And so I'm just gonna throw it, and then I gotta estimate how far it's gonna go. So ready? I've been practicing this one. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna say, having those other guesses helps, but 370 centimeters. Okay, thanks. All right, so that's 152. Oh, I'm way off. Another 152, so that's 304. And then I would say about another 30, so 334. What did I say, 370? Eek. Oh well, not my best guess. All right, next event is the one-handed sponge squeeze. So either a small sponge or like a little dish rag or face wash thing. I'm gonna go for the sponge since I have it. So you wanna saturate the sponge in your water. And then once you get the sponge saturated, you're going to use all the might in your mighty hand to squeeze the water into a measuring cup. So here we go. Ready? And then without looking at the millimeter one, I'm trying to ignore all the measurements on there. I'm covering the measurements with my hand. I'm going to guess that is, let's see, a quart is a liter. That's way less than a quart. I'm going to guess 180 milliliters. Let's see what we got. It's about 75 milliliters.
Oops.
Oops. Had to work on that one, huh? All right, so the next event here is the one-handed grab, right? So you need something to grab, and my recommendation is, if you can come over here for a second, if you have a bunch of marbles, marbles are good. I found some gravel in my yard here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna grab a handful in our hand and estimate the mass. So I don't know if I have enough marbles, so I'm gonna go for these guys. And so I got a handful of rocks, and I'm thinking, how much does that mass in grams? Let's see, thinking about like a little bag of chips. That's like, what, 30-ish grams? This is probably more than that. I'm gonna go for 55 grams, and my cat thinks she might eat them. And I happen to have this scale we bought at the store. What was it, 15 bucks maybe?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna zero it and see how I did. So what did I say again? 55, let's go with 55 grams. It says it's zeroed and it's measuring grams. Ah, it's 56, 7. Marwan, are you breathing on that? Stop it. 56, wow, that's better than I did the other day when I was guessing my moon cheese, remember that?
Yep.
All right, okay, thank you. Okay, so this is Morwenna the Great, she's helping, and we have our kitchen thermometer here, which I think is not very accurate, so this part here could be a bit wonky. I have a glass of water here I pulled from the tap. It's been sitting out for a little while, tap water. The thermometer currently thinks it's over 100 degrees. See that there? Okay, so it's probably, what, 20 degrees off, maybe more, 30 degrees off. But I don't know if that's going to be a consistent thing.
That is not Celsius, that is Fahrenheit.
I know it's Fahrenheit. Thank you. So I don't have a Celsius thermometer, so I'm winging this. And so I'm just going to have to estimate in Celsius, look at the thermometer in Fahrenheit, gauge how far off it is, then convert to Celsius and see how I did, right? Totally wonky, but we're winging this, right, in this time of COVID. So first I stick my hand in my drinking water. It's cooler than me. I am 37 degrees Fahrenheit on average.
Celsius.
Celsius, yeah, that one, thank you. 37 degrees Celsius, that's cooler than me. I'm gonna say this is 70 degrees, no shit, wrong thing. That's Fahrenheit. I'm gonna say this is 22 degrees Celsius, 22 degrees Celsius. And then I stick that in there and I attempt to measure it, and it says it's 100 degrees Fahrenheit. And I think that's about 30 degrees off, so I'm gonna say that's 70. And then I have to do a little conversion on that, and there's a formula, you can look it up. So I'll fix that later. Next one is the warm one. So you guys know I like to drink tea, so I have a little cup of herbal tea here. It's not boiling hot anymore, but it's warm. It felt warmer than my mouth. I'm gonna stick my hand in there. That's definitely warmer than me. Ooh, that feels good. My fingers must have been cold. Okay, so that's warmer than me. I'm 37. I'm going for, let's see, water boils at 100. This is way lower than 100. I'm gonna say, that seems way too hot. I was gonna say 65 degrees Celsius, but that seems too hot. I'm going for it, 65 degrees Celsius. Okay, so I'm gonna write that down. So what was my other one? My other one was 22, and this one I say is 65. Okay, so then I stick the thermometer. I think this does better at hotter temperatures. I tested it with boiling water the other day, and it came out to pretty close to 210-ish, which is kind of where water boils. It looks like it's almost at 150 So 150 minus 30, let's say it's 120 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, again, this is pretty wonky because I have a thermometer that doesn't work quite right in the wrong units. Oh well, that's okay. I'm winging it. All right, so what did I say? That's about 120. All right, so I'm gonna have to do my conversions and then get back to you. Thanks. Bye-bye. So here we have the results of my metric Olympics. It's me again, Gary Parker. And I didn't do too bad, I didn't do too good either, depending on how you measure that. So again, I have the my standing long step estimate, cotton ball put, javelin throw. We've got the discus plate throw, the sponge squeeze, the one-handed grab, and my 2 heat trials, which are kind of wonky because I didn't have a very good thermometer. And then the actual measurements, what I thought they were reading a tape measure or scale or thermometer or my measuring cup. And then I just took the difference, and notice the difference is always positive. Doesn't matter whether I'm over or under. So my total difference here is 205. So my hope is that you all practice a bit and beat me. Good luck. I'll catch you soon.